This story appears in Gold Rush, powered by ESPNW, a special collaboration with ESPN the magazine for its Feb. 19 issue. Subscribe. For more on Vonn, watch E! 60 on Feb. 18 at 9 a.m. ET on ESPN. 3 weeks before the 2017-18 World Cup downhill season, Lindsey Vonn stands at the pulpit of Milton United Methodist Church in Milton, Wisconsin, tears streaming down her cheeks. In her right hand, she clutches her champagne-colored cell phone with the outline of her speech. In her left hand, she squeezes a ball of rolled-up tissues. On this chilly November morning, she isn't just a 4-time overall World Cup champion or a head-turning magazine cover star. She's the oldest grandchild of Don Kildo, a Korean War veteran who died 10 days earlier at age 88. It was Grandpa Don who founded the local ski club and introduced the sport to his family. Grandpa Don, who spent his life working in construction, passing on his tireless work ethic to his family. You better become friends with pain because you're going to have it your entire life, he often said. 2 days before Grandpa Don died, Vonn spoke to him for the last time. During their phone call, she said she missed him. She loved him. He replied the same, adding how proud he was of everything she had accomplished. Now he was gone, and here was Vonn, in her grandparents' small-town church, grasping for the one emotion Grandpa Don helped instill: strength. On any other day, Vonn would be the picture of grit, defiance and unwavering confidence. She is the winner of 81 World Cup races. More than any other woman, she has overcome blown-out knees, a shattered humerus, a broken ankle, a severed tendon in her hand, a failed marriage and a complicated relationship with her father to become arguably the greatest skier of all time. But now she couldn't escape to a mountain or pretend everything was fine. Instead, in a simple black dress with her hair pulled back in a bun, tears fell. Her voice cracked. She told stories about her grandfather coming home on sweltering summer afternoons covered in sweat, grease and a smile. She thanked him for teaching the family to never quit, and she vowed to dedicate her upcoming season, including the 2018 Winter Olympics, to his memory. But if there's one thing to know about Lindsey Vonn, it's that nothing ever comes easy. 11 days after the funeral, on Thanksgiving Eve, Vonn nestles into the corner of the cream-colored couch in her home in Vail, Colorado. Lucy, her Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, snoozes on her lap. The emotions of her grandfather's death are still raw. She struggles to talk about him without her eyes watering. But she insists she's found peace on the mountain, as always. And right now, with one more week until the start of the upcoming season, she feels as confident on skis as she has in years. She is without question one of the most famous athletes in the world. Part of that is her unparalleled success on the mountain. Part of that is her runway model looks. And yes, part of it is the 2+ years she spent dating Tiger Woods. But the heart of her story has little to do with the tabloid details of her personal life or the red carpet snapshots in which her world seems obnoxiously perfect. Instead, it's about a stubborn woman who never met a challenge she could walk away from. A little girl whose family moved halfway across the country and sacrificed everything so she could succeed. And a world champion who seems to have it all but has battled depression. When I'm on the hill, no one can touch me. I'm tough and determined and I believe in myself, she says. But off the hill, I have a very difficult time feeling confident. I just never really feel good enough off the slope. Maybe that's why I love skiing so much. Quote, 3 of Vonn's 4 siblings and her dad have made the trip to Colorado for the holiday, vowing to spend more time together in the wake of Grandpa Don's death. For much of the winter, family time is rare. I've spent many a Christmas in hotel rooms by myself, she says. It's a far less glamorous life than people realize. Quote, on this night, Vonn's sister Laura and brother Reed race to see who can dice tomatoes faster. Her father, Alan Kildow, whom everyone calls Big Al, holds court, and her sister Karen rags on a magazine story calling fellow American Michaela Schifrin the greatest skier of all time. Schifrin is a 22-year-old prodigy on pace to break many of Vonn's records. But the GOAT label doesn't exactly sit well in these parts. Vonn responded to the story by tweeting, then later deleting, a screenshot of her accomplishments. Schifrin replied that Vonn is the unquestioned best ever. You might think such talk wouldn't bother the most decorated woman skier in history. A tour through Vonn's house is like walking through a ski museum. There are trophies, plates and medals at every turn, from the custom-built shelves on both sides of her fireplace to the family room cabinets. Upstairs, there are more globe-filled shelves and drawers with medals, ribbons and cowbells from all the way back to her days as a junior. She's kept it all. Her goal is to finish her career as the best ever man or woman. That means adding to the 2 Olympic medals she won in Vancouver and breaking Ingemar Stenmark's 29-year-old record of 86 World Cup wins. I need to do it, she says of eclipsing Stenmark's record. As in, I am not going to stop skiing until I reach that. That's your legacy. That's what people will remember. I don't want to have to say the greatest female skier. I want to say the greatest skier. I've never been in this for second place. Quote,